Hey everybody, Neil Thompson from Teach the Geek here. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. If you are a technical person and you have to present in front of C-suite people, especially the CEO, this is a video to take a look at or to listen to, because I'm going to give a couple of tips or three tips on how to best position yourself so that you give the best presentation in front of the CEO. And this is assuming that the CEO is a non-technical person and you're giving a presentation as a technical person. Number one, you want to minimize the amount of technical jargon you use in the presentation. They likely won't understand, and you may very well get a lot of questions afterwards that have to do with the fact that they didn't understand the words that you were using. Use more commonly used words. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, but when I worked in medical devices as an engineer, I worked in the orthobiologics group. Well, what's orthobiologics? It's not exactly a word that's used in regular language. So if I was using that word throughout the entire presentation, it's very likely that the CEO may not even know what I'm talking about. But so defining what orthobiologics is really helpful in just getting through the presentation so this person is more likely to listen and actually know what I'm talking about. So minimize the amount of technical jargon you use. Number two, you want to have a clear call to action at the end of your presentation. CEOs are busy. They have a lot of demands on their time, so every minute counts. If you're giving a presentation in front of them, they need to know exactly what you need from them based on the presentation you give. I know when I used to give presentations in front of the CEO, I never gave that a whole lot of thought. I thought it would just be obvious, but don't assume. Make it crystal clear. A lot of the times when I had to give presentations, it had to do with my call to action had to do with getting more resources or more time to do tasks. Actually say that. I need more time for this. I need more resources for this. And now this person, the CEO, knows exactly what they need to do or what you need from them, what you need from the C-suite management. Just when you make it clear, it makes it way more likely that things get done, and then also they know exactly what needs to be done. So that's number two. Number three might not be as obvious, but I'm a big fan of using the CEO's administrative assistant to really figure out what kind of information do you need to present in this presentation for the CEO to care about it. I often would go to the CEO's administrative assistant and ask questions like, what kind of information do I need to have in this presentation for it to be of interest to the CEO? What kind of format do I need to put the presentation in? And questions like that. How, if I were to present data, what's the best way to present it so that the CEO actually listens? And does he respond to bullet points? Is that something that he expects in a presentation? Is he more a fan of just having pictures and charts and graphs? Getting that kind of those kind of insights from the CEO's administrative assistant can be really helpful in the event that access to the CEO is limited, which it often is. As I said, there's a lot of demands on their time. But if you go to their administrative assistant, they likely will have some answers for you. So those are the three tips that I would have when it comes to giving presentations in front of the CEO. Number one, you want to minimize the amount of technical jargon. Number two, you want there to be a clear call to action so they know what needs to be done. And then number three, use the CEO's administrative assistant to get insights as to what the CEO likes when it comes to presentations. Hopefully that's been helpful. Again, my name is Neil Thompson. I'm the founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. Until next time, take care and stay safe.